Previously on Dragon Age.
Stay with the Terran's men and guard the tower. If you are needed, we will send word.
You're Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower, it's been taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
The darkspawn came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
This should be easy enough.
Sound the retreat.
But what about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
Hello. I remember you, the girl from the wilds.
I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds, where I am bandaging your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
I remember being overwhelmed by darkspawn.
Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
What happened to the Grey Wardens and the king?
All dead. Your friend has veered between denial and grief since Mother told him. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
Were my injuries severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
What about Alistair? Is he alright?
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
Thank you for helping me, Morrigan.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
I have a few questions if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
Are we safe here? Where are the darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
Much, much higher.
What a sensible attitude. Mother is seldom sensible, however.
How did she manage to rescue us exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
Are there any survivors besides us?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why? What is happening?
Are you sure you want me to describe it?
Yes, please.
I had a good view of the battlefield. 'Tis a grisly scene. There are bodies everywhere, and darkspawn swarm them, feeding, I think. They also look for survivors and drag them back down beneath the ground. I cannot say why.
Why did Tam Logain abandon the king?
I do not know who this Logain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
I think I've asked enough questions.
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We're in the wilds with Morrigan. Here's all my stuff. Oh no, all my stuff is on me. There is stuff in the chest. And we were saved, Alistair and I were saved by Morrigan and her mother from the Darkspawn. and patched back up.
You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start. I will stay and make something to eat.
And sometimes she's nice to us, and sometimes she's a little mean. But we like that about her.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
Well, I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
I suppose that part is true. If you're Flemeth, you must be very old and powerful.
Must I? Age and power are relative. It depends on who is asking. Compared to you, yes, on both counts.
Then why didn't you save Duncan? He was our leader.
I am sorry for your Duncan, but your grief must come later. In the dark shadows before you take vengeance, as my mother once said. Duty must come now. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
Of course not.
But we were fighting the darkspawn. The king had nearly defeated them. Why would Logain do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon.
What is an archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
To some extent, that is all true. Archdemons are immortal because their soul will just hop to the nearest darkspawn around them and be reborn shortly after, so they're unkillable. Only a Grey Warden can kill it and have its soul stay gone for good. We should contact the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Kaelin already summoned them. They'll come if they can, but I expect Logain has already taken steps to stop them. We must assume they won't arrive in time.
Will you help us fight this Blight, Flemeth?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Logain's insanity, he obviously thinks the darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Logain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Arl Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
Oh, you mean the Arl of Redcliffe?
I suppose. Arl Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
And what about the treaties that Flemeth gave us?
See, there is a smart lad.
Of course! The treaties. Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and
build an army.
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
Yes, thank you for everything, Flemeth.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Thank you, but if Morgan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
We must. She won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get, Alistair.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I think we should just get underway.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
And here we are. Now our party has grown to 3 people. Well, still less than we had before. We have a dozen quests now available to us. Broken Circle is to enlist the help of the mages. Nature of the Beast is to enlist the help of the Dalish elves. A paragon of her kind is to enlist the aid of the dwarves of Orzammar. And the Arl of Redcliffe is to find Arl Eamon. But, of course, none of these are gonna go easily and simply. Let's look at Morrigan's equipment. She has a very simple robe. Her iconic look. +2 magic, plus 10% cold damage. It's something. 1 willpower, 10 mental resistance for her unique necklace. And she has a +1 magic staff, which is acceptable. Then Chastened robes also look good on her, but it's not necessarily better for her. We can give her the Fate Striders. I give her another +1 magic. But slight fatigue. Enchanter's footing was also good. 6 defense. But we want to try and operate on the idea that hopefully she's not going to get attacked much. Then accessories. She's already got a necklace, so that's good. We can give her magic resistance on a belt. And a ring that gives another +1 magic. And this one's not that useful for her. So we'll leave it at that, I think. Yes. And then we can go out and explore. Venture forth. And here you'll see the world map. What is this? Wide open world. Okay, yeah. We just want to be on this screen. I don't know what the other one was. We were at Flemeth's Hut, and here is Ostagar. And this is the blight spreading throughout the lands. The Gorkaya Wilds. Now, we're not going to be able to go back to these. And here you have... We are required to go to Lothering first. But then you'll have Redcliffe. Sulker's Pass is for the DLC to get a new companion, Shale. Frostback Mountains is towards the dwarves. Circle Tower, which is at after the docks. The City of Denerim, which is one of those places that's not recommended you do until you're at least like level 10 or so. And the forest is where the Dalish elves are. And we always have our party camp where we can hang out and talk to our companions. But let's go straight to Lothering. We'll have an encounter on the way there.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
And there he is, our favorite Mabari hound. Oh, but he was being chased. Alright, Alistair. You do threaten. What can you do, Morrigan? You can shapeshift. Morrigan is quite useful. She's powerful mage. She has Winter's Grasp, drain life. Here, hexes to weaken enemies. And she can shapeshift into monsters to effectively fight the enemies. Let's see. You cast a hex on their leader. And I will just stay as is.
Victory shall be mine.
I will do a cone of cold. And trying to take care not to hit the dog. Although I did hit him somehow. But it didn't go off. Oh, Herlock Alpha. I will cast Winter's Grasp on you. Yes, great. Easily defeated. Nice. He wags his tail happily and pants. I think this is the Mabari I helped cure back at Ostagar.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. Enter a name for the dog. What are we going to name our dog? Now, I have in the past named him just Dog before. As well as Darkspawn, which is a common name that Dragon Age players call him. And I actually figured I would name him after our lost leader this time, Duncan. I'm getting codex entry for him, and I can talk to Duncan, the dog, excitedly jumping around. Do you see anything interesting, boy? Doesn't seem to have found anything. Okay. Well, that's fine. Duncan the dog is a dog. An animal. War dog is his class. And it is similar to a warrior. Doesn't have skills like that. But we can level him up and he will get, just like anyone else, he gets strength and constitution. And he's quite powerful. Let's see, we can... I think these might be the mod that added these, but these talents are his. Nemesis, passive bonuses. He's already got a bunch of talents. Overwhelm, Dread Howl. There's also something that I guess it doesn't say in here. Yeah, you can howl and stun enemies. But there are also certain points around the map where he can pee on a tree or whatever, and it actually makes him more powerful in that area. So it's interesting to find those spots. But especially if you play vanilla, it's common to not have him in your party because you'll get more party members. And dog, as cool as he is just a dog, so people are often inclined to swap him out for somebody else. Here we arrive at the village of Lothering, which is in the process of being evacuated.
wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Heinrich. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Forget it. I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
I can try and intimidating them, but I'll just kill them this time. You can certainly try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
Yeah!
Yarg. And I just froze Morrigan. Which is not great. I can cure her again. Happy with that. I should use health poultice. You'll notice it's a poultice, which you're supposed to put on a wound, but the animation is for drinking it. That does get referenced in later Dragon Age titles.
No mercy! It's either you or me, and it isn't going to be me. All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
You picked the wrong target.
Yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry.
And hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
And now you die.
I'm not going down without a fight.
That was their leader? Morgan, why don't you try casting Winter's Grasp on that guy back there? And I want to shoot at that guy back there, but I'm having trouble targeting him.
Is it just me, or do you
he's
actually
gone.
think you have a chance?
Nice. There are many ways to
Let's get started.
end that quest, including... You surrendered. They surrendered to you after suffering defeat at your hands. However, they needed to pay for their crimes, so you slew them all. Now, maybe you don't approve of vigilante justice, but... Hello? Injury kit. Here's a dead Templar who has some stuff we can take for another quest.
As you wish.
Inventory full, so we can't take all of this. We'll have to sell some of our stuff. But you can pay the toll. You can intimidate him into backing down. You can do what I did and then show mercy and tell them to just leave. Or you can kill them.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
You have been very quiet, Alistair.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long, then.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
Do you have some thoughts on that point, Alistair?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
I have looked at them, yes.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Eamon is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
That's not great. What do you think we should do, Morrigan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the darkspawn are upon us.
Alistair, why are you leaving this choice up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Eamon is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
At least I know you'll have my back no matter what, huh, Duncan? That's where we just came from. We want to head into town, which is already being flooded with refugees from the places already overrun by the darkspawn. So you'll have this area. Maybe from one of the mods there's more people around here than there used to be.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates. Mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Don't try to defeat her in an argument, Alistair. It's not gonna work. Here's a farmer.
Need something? I don't generally talk to strange elves who wander in here.
You have something against elves?
I don't know you. Why shouldn't I have something against you? We've got enough strangers overrunning us. Nothing but trouble.
You can try intimidating him. I should go.
Don't let me stop you.
So people are a little bit hostile.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. There's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
Lothering's lost? What do you mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The chantry and tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'll be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Thanks for the warning.
Best of luck wherever you might go. I'm just here to keep watch.
So that's
It's
one.
just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching darkspawn horde.
Oh no, they are.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Get rid of the tiny part and I'll consider it.
I'm not the only one with some business sense.
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Well, so here you get like a moral choice to side with the villagers or with the greedy merchant, which I am siding with the merchant for now. Can you beat that offer, sister?
You want me to bid against him? We don't have that kind of coin.
Well, then it's time for you to go, isn't it?
You would actually do the bidding of this evil little man.
Absolutely. Off you go.
Fine. May your heartlessness bring you exactly what you deserve.
A fine sentiment, if I've ever heard one.
You're so nice. I bet you make allies everywhere you go.
Ha! Serves that wench right. You have my thanks. And 100 silvers, yes?
And a discount. You can also say, I hear you're making a killing. Me too. And then kill him. Which does give you access to his chest, but you don't get to trade with him anymore.
Right. Fair enough. But only you.
Let's see your wares, so I can sell my stuff to you.
This way.
Now, the merchant doesn't actually have much of interest to us, I just discovered. So not siding with him would have been a fine option. I did buy some health stuff from him, some poultices and injury kits. I do have a few gifts, and I can show you. You'll want to go into the inventory of whichever character you want to give a gift to, and then you can simply give these
gift.
and get some
have
points.
My thanks. A fine gift. You have my thanks.
And that way you get a little bit of approval with them. And in this case, it actually unlocked a passive bonus for Morrigan. I wonder where I could maybe find that. There we go. A minor bonus to magic, which will increase if the approval increases. And will build up approval with Alistair and Morrigan over time. Only Duncan is already at maximum approval. He's already at 100. So he is loyal through and through. Now for the plot, we should go to the chantry, but to get our other two companions, we gotta go to the inn and over there. I can talk to this boy.
Have you seen my mother?
That depends. Who's your mother?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
I don't think she is coming, child.
Why not? Why would she leave me here?
I don't think she meant to leave you.
But she must be coming.
You can't stand here forever. What if she doesn't show up?
I don't know. Maybe I should go home and look for her.
I'll take you to your farmhold if you like.
No, I'm big enough to go myself. The mean men must be gone by now.
I hope so for you. It would be safer to send him to the chantry, but I didn't get that dialogue option. Yeah, longsword. There's also some robbed people over here. Family of elves.
Greetings to you, good sir. If it isn't too much to ask, might you spare some bread or anything?
What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares about a few elves like us. Surely you understand.
I can tell them that their bandits are dead, but I can also give them some money. Here's 50 silvers.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Bless you, I knew another elf would help us.
But can I also...
Thank you again for helping us. It's been difficult since we were robbed.
You were robbed?
Wasn't everyone? Those bandits have jumped every wagon and caravan in sight of Lothering.
I met those bandits. They're dead now.
You killed them?
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
And so now they can be on their way. Well, giving them money doesn't give you anything. It doesn't give you karma points or what have you. It's just to immerse you and make you feel like you're doing the right thing. Look at these tiny little dog statues on the ends of this bridge. Fereldeners love their dogs.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
You can see there's some people with exclamation points. They'll have some side quests. But first...
You might not want to go in. Tavern's full, and those soldiers are being a nuisance.
You seem unhappy.
Is there any reason to be happy? With the king dead, them darkspawn will overrun Lothering before anyone can organize. You'd think those soldiers could at least run off the bandits. I hear someone gave them what they deserved. Wasn't you, was it?
It was me.
It was? Hey, everyone! This is the one who drove out those thieving bastards! More will probably come, but it's good to know some justice is left here. Thank you.
And this one specific refugee has the same voice actor
you might not
as...
want to go in. Tavern's full, and those soldiers are being a nuisance.
As Hawk, the main character in Dragon Age 2, at least the male version of Hawk. What about these soldiers?
They're not here to defend us. They were looking for someone before they started drinking. I hear they almost killed a man because they didn't like his face. I wonder if they're deserters from the king's army.
I should go.
Ah, of course. And good luck to you. We could all use some, no?
Well, let's make some enemies in the tavern.
Wardens didn't make it.
Well, look what we have here then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen one.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
What makes you think we're traitors?
Tern Logain claims the Grey Wardens betrayed the king. Or haven't you heard?
Enough talk! Take the Warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right. Let's make this quick.
Well, and here we go. Tavern brawl. So, even the NPCs that are outside of combat, that's funny, get frozen. Follow up the ice with some fire. There's one. And...
Right.
I need to quickly see if I can do something. Yes, great timing, dog. Can you attack, overwhelm that soldier over there?
done. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
I don't want them reporting to Logain.
Please wait!
They have surrendered. They were no match for you. Let them be.
They were going to kill us.
But they failed, and I do not wish death on anyone.
And give them a final prayer, sister.
You mean... Very well. May the Maker forgive your trespasses. May he keep you in his sight and guide you.
Move and parry!
Oh, and there's another one.
Let's get started.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
So I see. Where does his sister learn to fight like that?
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
What does that mean?
I joined the Chantry to live a life of religious contemplation. But I am no priest, not even an initiate.
I am Nim. It's a pleasure to meet you.
They said you were a Grey Warden. I'm surprised you're an elf. But elves must want the Blight defeated as much as humans, no? I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Why are you so eager to come with me?
The Maker told me to.
Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane. But it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
I need more than prayers, I'm afraid.
I can fight. I can do more than fight. As I said, I was not always a lay sister. I put aside that life when I came here. But now, if it is the Maker's will, I will take it up again. Gladly. Please let me help you.
Very well. I will not turn away help when it is offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Now we get a party select screen.
Blast and damnation!
Oh, blast it.
Blast it.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And then we have a wolf whistle or dog whistle. Which summons dog back as a summonable creature. But that means that he's with us once again.
This should be easy enough. As you wish. Right.
Yeah, and one of Liliana's abilities is that she can open locks. But we do need to check out her equipment. Right now she's only got a enchanted dagger. We can give her a second dagger on the side. Or she can have a sword and the enchanted dagger. That'll also work. She can also be a fairly good ranged fighter. And then as for armor, she's currently wearing a chantry robe and some leather boots. But we can give her studded leather armor. And then some studded leather gloves. And studded leather boots. And now she has an item set bonus. Which, let's see the difference. I have no idea what that item set bonus is doing. Just one extra armor, it looked like, or extra defense. But now she's looking the part. And then we can give her something like... Well, this belt is fairly useless, but it's something. Armor penetration, stamina regeneration in combat, and extra critical / backstab damage is very useful. She's already wearing a slightly glitchy amulet. As you can see, there's a character not rendering properly there. And we already have some good stuff. We have this ring surveyor that gives 1 willpower. Might be useful for Morrigan.
Yes.
Liliana has a little bit of poison making, so this guy has a quest that requires poison making, and hopefully, thanks to Liliana, we can accept this quest.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Do you know of any well-paying work in Lothering?
Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about poison.
I've dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
Any idea where I could get ingredients?
Well, there's herbs in the North Wood. As for other stuff, look around town. Some refugees just left things behind to travel faster. I don't really know what you need, though. I might have some in stock, too.
Farewell. And so we get a little side quest. He's asked for 3 flasks of venom. And so I could go to poison making. See, venom requires toxin extract. And we can get that from some of the spiders. Perhaps we can even buy it from Barlin.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
Show me what you've got. I actually have 3 bottles of venom on me, so I could just sell them to him. Or give them to him to finish the quest. Yeah, bought some healing ingredients from him, so we're stocked up on that a little bit more.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
And instead of having to make the poison, I already have what he wanted, so I have what you asked for.
Splendid! If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey? Because I still don't have food to sell.
And although you have to figure out that you have to talk to him, there's another guy you can get quests from, and that's this Blackstone liaison.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Is there something I can do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Blackstone Irregulars are not quite fleshed out. There are only a handful of quests you can do for them, but they give you some extra XP and money. You'd think maybe they would help you in combat, since they regard the Grey Wardens so highly. But they're just a way of getting some extra XP and gold from quests. Scraping the barrel. There are a number of people who pledged to aid the Blackstone Irregulars in times of need. Those times are now. Here you will find 3 letters of conscription. Deliver them to the people listed below, and return to the irregulars for your payment. Should any of these people refuse, do what you must to get them to honor their oaths. Someone in Redcliffe, in Lothering, and in Denerim. And the second quest, obviously we can't complete that entirely because Lothering and Redcliffe are easy, but Denerim will take a little bit longer before we can find that person. And dereliction of duty. My friend, the irregulars require a trusted agent to track down and deal with deserters. Do this and you will be rewarded. These deserters took with them valuable supplies crucial to the irregulars' future as a supplier of martial services. Deal with these wastes of space as you see fit, and bring the supplies back as proof that the problem has been dealt with. We will ask no questions as to your methods or the final condition of the deserters. Use your own discretion. They will be in Lake Calenhad, Denerim, and the Frostback Mountains. So we can take these quests, and we don't have to turn them in here, we can turn them in elsewhere later on. But at least the one that's in Lothering that we need to deliver a letter to, we can do that right away.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from Redcliffe.
He talked to everyone in the tavern.
So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
I didn't fail, I was recruited into the Grey Wardens.
And if you had not been recruited, what would have happened instead?
I would have turned into a drooling lunatic, slaughtered the Grand Cleric, and run through the streets of Denerim in my small clothes, I guess.
Your self-awareness does you credit.
I thought you'd like that.
As much as you'd like maybe for Alistair and Morrigan to actually start liking each other despite all this banter, I don't think that ever really happens.
Have a care where your eyes linger, Alistair.
Yes, well don't worry. It's not what you think.
I see.
I was looking at your nose.
And what is it about my nose that captivates you so?
I was just thinking that it looks exactly like your mother's.
I hate you so much.
What?
Never mind.
It's nice that Alistair sometimes knows how to clap back at her.
The Chantry.
The Chantry. The Chanter's Board is another one where you can just pick up some side quests and turn them in. I will wait with that until I've cleared some of the next area for some of the other mobs.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us. This man bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Now what is interesting is that he might have a point. He may be able to sense that I have darkspawn blood in me as a Grey Warden. But how would he figure that out? Why don't you keep your voice down?
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people. I will not be silent.
Please stop. Somebody shut his mouth.
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us.
You poor man. What happened to you?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the darkspawn.
It must have been horrible. How did you escape?
No, I won't listen to the words of a man tainted by darkspawn.
Persuade. I'm not evil. Please, won't you talk to me?
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off.
You're not honoring her death by acting like this.
Are you calling me a coward?
I'm calling you an idiot. Listen to yourself for a moment.
I have shamed my ancestors, but the blackness will come.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
There's always hope. Muster your courage.
You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to dinner him.
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well.
Shield.
It's good to see you again, Sister Leliana.
Thank you, Sir Marin.
Did you know there were bandits on the highway?
Were? Did you drive them off? Well, Sir Bryant will appreciate that.
Who's in charge of the chantry?
The revered mother runs the chantry itself, and Sir Bryant heads the Templars stationed here.
Well, goodbye then.
Make her watch over you.
I'll talk to Sir Bryant.
There's word of darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. That is all. May the Maker have mercy on us.
Let's say hello to Sir Bryant over here.
I see you have returned, sister. I thought you had left the chantry for good.
I have, Sir Bryant.
And who is the gentleman with you, if I might ask?
I am the Grey Warden, Nim.
I see. I am Sir Bryant, commander of the Lothering Templars. Tern Loghain declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the king's death. You know this, I hope.
The Grey Wardens did no such thing.
I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Tern claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
About those bandits outside the village.
Maker's breath, how many times must we drive them off?
They won't bother you again. I killed them.
All of them? By yourself?
With help.
It's true. I saw it from my post. It was over so fast, we didn't even have time to get over there.
Sad that it needed to come to that. But then they asked for it. Will you accept a small reward for your service?
You can try and persuade him to pay me more, but I can say certainly, thank you.
If it interests you, there is a Chanters board outside full of quests that need doing. The Chanters even offer pay for some of them. Now, unless there's something else you need.
Things seem very dire in the village.
They are. With the ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I'm needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
Is there any other help you can offer me?
I cannot openly help you, I fear, but... Here, take this key. It opens the large cabinet on the far wall. There is more there than we can carry when we evacuate, so take what you need.
I should go.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
And when the Maker spoke, chant of lights.
Now we can talk to Pat or Gritch here for that Blackstone Irregulars quest.
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Irregulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my sister. Sure, sign the paper, she said. You'll enjoy some coin now, but they'll be back. I guess I'll see you on the front lines.
And that's that done. And then the chest that the Templar was talking about.
She was ugly. Maybe she had butt teeth.
Oh, not this one.
I could do that for you.
Bronze symbol of Andraste. Which... that is... symbols of religion are the stuff that Leliana likes as gifts. So I can... give her that.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
And I can also talk to this knight from Redcliffe.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Very nearly, Sir Donald. May I introduce my fellow Grey Warden? We are the last two in Ferelden, as far as I know.
Terrible news indeed. But I'm glad to meet you, good sir. Might I know your name?
I am Nim. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I trust you are staying discreet, with the bounty placed on your heads.
We've heard Loghain's accusations, but he's the one who betrayed the king.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Loghain straight soon enough.
If he were well? What do you mean?
The Arl is stricken with an illness that threatens his life. We have found no cure, either natural or magical.
When did this happen?
Only a few weeks ago, but he has declined quickly. No one knows the nature of the illness, and even magic has done little to slow its progress. Our only hope now is a miracle. Every knight of Redcliffe has gone in search of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness, but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
I was hoping to meet Arl Eamon, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
We need his help against Teyrn Loghain.
I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Teyrn Loghain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Teyrn has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Do you think Loghain is involved with the Arl's illness?
The Arl fell ill before the king died. But what if Loghain planned that too? Oh, such thoughts do not sit well with me.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
So, tell me about this Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
Well, I'd like to hear what you've learned.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore. Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that, once Sir Henrik arrives.
Sir Henrik is actually the one we found dead on the highway. When we found the highwayman. Your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I dealt with the bandits that killed him.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
Your quest for the ashes brought you here?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact, but my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
I should go.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, good sir. You have been most helpful.
So we know a little bit more about the Arl and about the quest that they're trying to go on to try and cure him. But it sounds like while he's sick, we can't rely on him for help. This is that cabinet that we got a key for. There's some ancient elven boots made out of viridium. And some healing items.
Be forgiven.
That'll be all for right now, so join me again next episode where we'll do the rest of Lothering and then move on to the next area.